welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Ashley, and here on my channel I talk all about applique, embroidery, Etsy, and running your own small business from home. I run 2 Etsy-based embroidery shops full-time now. I started this about 10 years ago, which is a single needle machine. I always get asked that. And now I run 3 Brother multi-needle machines, again, from my home. So today I'm going to bring you guys along with me as I work all day. It is Friday and I have a ton of orders left to finish for the week. I just counted, I have 8 kids shirts, like applique shirts left to do, and about 20 jackets that have to ship today. And then I moved my production time down from 2 weeks to 1 week. So I'm either going to be double orders this week or double orders next week. So I'm going to try to get through at least another 20. That's a lot of orders to get through for one day, even for me with 3 machines. So I'm just going to try to push through work and get as much of those done as possible. I'm mostly set up for the day. I have all my files set up, at least through the ones that have to ship today and part of the ones that need to ship next week that I'm going to try to do today. However, I do not have jackets sorted yet, so that's going to take some time this morning. I'm going to go ahead and get my machines running. I do have a couple items back here that I started on yesterday evening, just to, get a few things done and prepped for today. And so you'll see those already ready to go. Otherwise, I just turned on the machines and I'm going to get those serviced first, do all the regular daily maintenance, make sure they're clean, full of bobbins, and ready to go. I'm going to transfer my designs over to the machines, and then I'm going to get going for the day. I'll sort jackets after that once everything's at least going on the first items. So first things first, I'm going to get the applique shirt going on one of my 10 needles. This is for a Cookie One birthday shirt or I guess bodysuit for a little boy. So I like to use my 8x8 fast frames on these designs because they're just a little bit wider since they're not very tall on the shirt. Just gives it a little bit more balanced look. I mostly use ARB, but I have been switching and using some AJ blanks here lately. I really like those too. It's just so hard to switch from one company to another when you already have like the listing photos, the size charts, and everything. I use a bulk editor, but it's still very tedious to switch completely. So I don't know that I will soon, but maybe eventually. So I put poly mesh on the insides of my shirts. I use a little bit of adhesive spray to keep it there. They also make fusible poly mesh that you can iron on. It's just more expensive. So I flip the shirt back right side out. I like to crease the shirt just with my fingers, just to have a nice center line to line it up with. I do not heat press that into the shirt because I don't want it to stay. That's just enough for me to see. A little bit of adhesive spray on the actual frame itself. I slide it in with the part that goes on the machine towards the bottom of the bodysuit. And then the frames themselves have little notches that I line the shirt up with to make sure it's straight. I line up the top and bottom, and then I smooth out from the sides. I also do use these little sewing clips that I get from Amazon just to secure the shirt in place, make sure nothing shifts around. The adhesive spray I use is very, very light. It's not super sticky or tacky like some of the stuff you buy at like Walmart or the craft stores. This is totally different. So it's not going to completely hold your garment in place. It's more just to keep it from shifting than anything. So I'm going to go ahead and start this one. And then I have 2 jackets. Those were actually already finished yesterday, just not out of the hoop. I'm going to trim those up. My goal today is to keep up with keeping the jackets trimmed, folded, and packaged. I may not like put them in their mailers because I don't have shipping labels printed for most of them, but I'm going to go ahead and fold them, put their invoice in, and put them in a bag. That way, when it comes to mail time, I actually have stuff ready to go, and I'm not scrambling and late or not getting stuff shipped today. So it causes a little bit of downtime with the machines, but Overall, for me at least, it's sometimes a lot more productive and I actually get stuff shipped on time that way. So I'm going to try to get back to doing that. I'm going to try really hard to keep up with that today. Sometimes running all three though, I get behind and I end up with a stack of stuff that's embroidered and not like trimmed and folded. But even if that means machines are going to stop, I'm going to try to keep up with that today. So I'm going to go ahead and start this one. And then I've got names ready to go on those two. I'll get those started. And once everything's really going, then I'm going to get out I've got like 10 boxes of blanks here and sort through all those and get them all ready to go. So I make sure I have what I need for the rest of the orders that I want to work on today. So, not 10 boxes, but there are 4 boxes and 3 poly mailers of blanks I need to go through. So what I do is I just open everything and I sort them all out on my counter by size. And then I go through my order book from back to front and I put them back in the order that I need them. That helps me make sure, 1, I have everything, and then 2, just has everything in order so I can pull as I need it. I still try to double check as I'm grabbing out of the box for the next item, match it up with the invoice and make sure it is correct, because I make errors, I pull the wrong thing, or I just overlook sizes sometimes, or I go out of order, depending on what my machines are working on. But that kind of helps me stay organized and helps me get through my orders faster. I'm not digging through multiple boxes trying to find specific items. So I'm going to go ahead and empty all these out on my counter by size, and then sort them, and I'll show you guys how I do that too. Alright, so it's actually after lunch now. I was able to get 3 shirts done this morning, and I have a whole stack of jackets finished. I'll show those at the end. 2 more here, actually 3, so doing pretty good. I still have like 9 jackets to go. That's not too bad, and then I want to work on next week's as well. So definitely need to get going on those or I'm not going to get much done. And I think I have either 4 or 5 more kids shirts to do. I'm not sure the exact number, but 2 of them are ones that take quite a while. So if I can get this week's orders done with the jackets and monograms, I might switch one of the machines over to doing those, because I have 2 that are an hour stitch out each. So that'll take a while. But doing good so far. Got a ways to go still. I'll show you guys a few of the things I'm working on here. Alright, so I have a few more things going now, and I'm going to hoop up another shirt for a birthday shirt, and I was going to show you guys that. This is a 3T, but a unisex or a boys one. It's actually going to be a girl's design. So that's another one of my tips I share often is make sure you have options in your drop-down menus for them to select what kind of shirt they want. It can open up doors to different customers, because this customer, even though it's like a girly design, it's a pink and turquoise ice cream design, they purchase the unisex shirt. Some people just prefer that look and the non-stylized, or they want this type of fit for their child. So that's my recommendation. Always make sure that you're offering everything for each design, no matter whether it's boy, girl, just list all the options. You never know who's going to want what. So it is almost time to leave for the post office, and I have 5 kids shirts done, already packaged those up, and now I am working on jackets. I have this entire box full. I don't even know how many is here. It's everything that needs to ship today, so that's perfect. I haven't got to work on much for next week yet, but I do have some of those files set up, so I'm going to come back down here after I go to the post office and try to knock out several days worth for next week, kind of loosen up my schedule for next week, so that way I don't have basically 2 weeks worth of orders all in 1 week next week, especially since there's a lot of stuff going on and I'm not going to have as much time. So I'm going to go ahead and package these real quick and see what all we have. Just a couple of them. I had like a phlebotomist jacket, some monogram t-shirts, neonatal, labor and delivery, emergency department, one with a microscope on it. That one's a little different than what I normally do. All sorts of things. So much variation today. It was a lot of different things in different colors, so there was a lot of setup on the machine, so that takes a little bit longer. But I've knocked out all but one of the kids' shirts that I need to do. One stitching. I have one more that I need to do, but I'm actually waiting on UPS to deliver that one. So I haven't even got to it yet, but that's okay. I'll work this evening and get that one done too. But otherwise, I am going to package these real quick, and then I'll show you guys before I head out. I'm doing these just a little bit different today. I put the labels on all the mailers. I set the invoice on each that coordinates with it, and then I matched the jacket up, and now I'm going to put a shipping bag with each order. I actually used to do this way, kind of like assembly line process, back when I used to use my dining room table for packaging, because that was the only place I had like a lot of open space. But since I've had my office, I've been just using my island, but it's not as big or as like clear of a space. But I'm going to try to do that today to get as much of it done as quickly and efficiently as possible. So I started with the oldest orders to make sure I get those shipped out just in case, because I'm starting to run low on time. And we'll go from there. So I've been using these little handmade in the USA stickers, or like another cute decorative type of sticker just to dress up my packaging. It's not a lot, but just every little extra for the customer. Alright guys, that's it for today. I ended up getting 20 jackets done, as well in monograms, as well as 6 or 7 kids shirts. I lost count. But I am going to go ahead and take those to the post office today. Thanks so much for joining me today. I appreciate all the love and support you guys have given us. And as always, if you have any questions, leave them down below, and I will try to answer as many as I can, or make future videos for those. And I'll see you guys next time.